airplane ambience. The cabin lights dim, seatbelts click, and the captain's voice echoes through the speakers. Ladies and gentlemen, we've begun our descent into Manila. Please fasten your seatbelts. The plane rattles a little. You can feel that mix of excitement and exhaustion in the air. People are stretching their legs, gathering their things, glancing at their phones to text, "I'm almost home." The smell of reheated meals lingers. A baby cries softly, and someone beside you nervously grips the armrest. Then, thud. The wheels touch down. The cabin jolts slightly. A pause. For half a second, it's silent. And then it happens. Clap. 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 It starts slow, just a few passengers, then suddenly the whole cabin joins in. Laughter breaks out. A few cheers follow. Even the flight attendants can't help but smile. And there I was, sitting by the window, thinking, wait, are we seriously clapping? At first, I thought it was funny. I'd seen the memes, the jokes, the tweets. Filipinos always clap when the plane lands. I used to wonder why. The pilot just did his job, right? Nobody claps when the bus driver parks or when the Grab driver makes it to your street. But before I knew it, my hands were joining in too. I didn't plan to, it just happened. And in that moment, I felt something real. Something I couldn't quite explain. So I started to ask myself, why do Filipinos clap when the plane lands? Is it just a quirky habit? A funny cultural thing? Or is there something deeper behind it? Something about who we are and what that landing really means. This is the reason Filipinos clap when the plane lands. I did it too. In this video, I'll take you through that exact moment, what it feels like, what it means, and how this small, simple clap says something beautiful about the Filipino spirit. The cabin lights are still dim. You can tell everyone's tired, faces pale from the long flight, eyes half closed from watching too many in-flight movies. The smell of food trays lingers in the air, a mix of instant noodles and reheated adobo. Babies are crying somewhere near the back. Someone's trying to get their luggage from the overhead bin, even though the seatbelt sign is still on. Outside the window, you can see tiny dots of light. Manila. Finally. The city looks calm from above, but you can already feel the chaos waiting below. Traffic, humidity, families waving at the arrival gate. Then, the plane begins its descent. The familiar vibration hums through the floor. You feel the pressure build in your ears. Some passengers grip the armrests, others whisper a quiet prayer. The captain's voice comes on again. Cabin crew, prepare for landing. There's a moment of silence. Then, thud. The wheels touch down. A soft jolt, a deep breath, and then clap, clap, clap. At first, it's just 2 or 3 people, but the sound spreads fast, filling the entire cabin. The clapping becomes louder, almost rhythmic. Some laugh, others smile shyly. A few foreigners look around, surprised, unsure whether they should join in. The flight attendants grin. Even the pilot might be smiling behind the closed cockpit door. And there I was, sitting by the window, watching it all. My first reaction? Amusement. I didn't get it. Why clap? The plane landed safely. That's literally the pilot's job, right? Nobody claps when you make it through traffic in EDSA, right? But then I noticed something else. The clapping wasn't forced. It wasn't just noise. It felt sincere. Real. I didn't understand it at first, not until I felt it too. That strange, powerful mix of relief and pride the moment the wheels touched down. The feeling of, yes, we made it. Now, clapping after a plane lands isn't just a Filipino thing. Believe it or not, it happens in other countries too. In parts of Europe, Latin America, even the Caribbean. Some flights in Italy or Spain have passengers who cheer and clap after a rough landing. It's not that rare. But here's the difference. In the Philippines, it's consistent. It's not random or occasional, it's almost expected, especially on flights heading to the Philippines. The sound of clapping after landing in Manila, Cebu, or Davao has practically become part of the arrival soundtrack. So why us? Why Filipinos?
To answer that, you need to look at who's on those flights. A huge number of them are overseas Filipino workers, or OFWs, people who have spent months or years away from home. Some have been in the Middle East, others in Europe, the US, or at sea. Their flights are long, exhausting, sometimes lasting 12 to 15 hours. By the time they see the lights of Manila from the window, they've already been through so much. Homesickness, loneliness, the endless countdown to finally being home. So when that plane touches down safely, the clapping isn't just for the pilot, it's for them. It's a celebration, a sigh of relief that says, I made it through another journey. It's the sound of joy, gratitude, and survival rolled into one. That's why this habit sticks. It's emotional, it's personal. The clapping isn't just noise, it's a shared thank you from hundreds of hearts that have been away too long. Let's look a little deeper. Why clap at all? Humans clap for many reasons. We clap when we're happy, when we approve, when we feel proud or thankful. But most of all, we clap when we want to release tension. It's a physical way of saying, that's over, we're safe now. Think about it. Air travel can be stressful, especially if there's turbulence. Your brain might stay on alert the whole flight, even if you're pretending to be calm. So when the plane finally lands, your body feels that drop of stress. The clap? It's your way of letting go. Now, add the Filipino touch to that. Filipinos are naturally expressive. We don't bottle up emotions, we show them. We say thank you, even for small things. We share food, stories, and laughter openly. Gratitude isn't something we hide, it's part of our daily life. Salamat po isn't just words, it's a habit of the heart. That's why clapping feels natural to us. It's spontaneous, it's not planned, it's a burst of joy, a simple way of saying thank you to the pilots, to the crew, and maybe even to God for bringing everyone home safely. Some people, especially foreigners, don't always understand it. I've heard people laugh or roll their eyes saying, why are they clapping? It's not like the plane almost crashed. But what they don't realize is that for Filipinos, sincerity matters more than formality. It doesn't matter if the act seems small or silly. What matters is the feeling behind it. That clap is our way of showing appreciation, genuine, unfiltered, and heartfelt. And honestly, that's something beautiful. Plane clapping actually has a bit of history behind it. In the early days of air travel, back when planes weren't as safe or reliable, every successful landing was an achievement. Flights were bumpier, weather tracking wasn't as advanced, and flying itself felt like a small miracle. People used to cheer and applaud because, well, they survived. Even now, in some parts of the world where turbulence is common or old planes are still in use, passengers still clap as a sign of relief. It's an old habit, a leftover from when flight safety wasn't guaranteed. So, how did it become such a Filipino thing? Starting in the 1970s through the 1990s, more and more Filipinos began traveling abroad as OFWs or immigrants. For many, flying became a part of their working life. Months at sea, then one long flight home. Coming back to the Philippines wasn't just a trip, it was a moment, a long-awaited reunion. When those planes landed, people clapped out of emotion. They weren't just passengers, they were parents coming home, children returning after years away, workers who finally made it back to the people they love. The clap became a ritual, a shared celebration that said, we're back. And once a few people started it, it stayed. The older generation clapped, the younger ones followed. Now it's almost tradition. You might see someone start clapping and a whole cabin join in, even if most of them don't know why they're doing it. It just feels right. It's comforting, familiar, and deeply human. A piece of shared memory that lives on every time another plane lands in the Philippines. Here's where it gets emotional. Because for a lot of people on those flights, the landing isn't just the end of a journey. It's the end of months, even years of waiting. Imagine being an OFW, a nurse in Dubai, a seafarer coming from Europe, a domestic helper from Hong Kong. You've been away from your family, missing birthdays, graduations, Christmases. You've worked endless shifts, saved every peso, counted every day. Then finally, you're on that plane heading home. Every minute in the air feels like a countdown. You look out the window, and when the clouds clear, you see those familiar city lights. You know that's home. The plane shakes a little, the wheels come down, and when they hit the runway, all that waiting, loneliness, and exhaustion just melts away. That's when the clapping starts. Because for many OFWs, that sound means, I made it. It means I can finally hug my kids again. It means I'm safe. That's why the applause feels so emotional. It's not just about the pilot, it's about the passengers. It's about relief, joy, and gratitude all at once.
You might see a nurse quietly wiping tears while she claps, or a seafarer whispering, "Thank you, Lord," as he joins in. You might see a child ask his mom, "Why is everyone clapping?" And she'll smile and say, "Because we're home." It's small, but it's powerful. And if you listen closely, that applause isn't just noise. It's hundreds of little stories all landing at the same time. It's the sound of survival, of sacrifice, of love. When I joined in that day, I didn't even realize I was part of something bigger. But when my palms met, clap after clap, I felt it. That shared moment of relief and unity. That invisible bond between strangers who all understood one thing. We made it home safely. That's when it hit me. This wasn't just a random Filipino habit. It was gratitude made visible. A kind of collective prayer disguised as applause. And from then on, I promised myself I'll never laugh at that moment again. Because now I know what that sound really means. There's actually a bit of science behind that moment of applause. It's not just random, it's how humans are wired. Social psychologists say that people naturally copy group behavior. It's called social contagion. When one person starts clapping, others feel an almost automatic urge to join in. It's the same thing that happens at concerts or sports games. You might not be the first to clap, but once it starts, you feel drawn to be part of it. In a plane, that's amplified. Everyone just went through the same shared experience. Hours trapped together in a metal tube, breathing recycled air, hoping nothing goes wrong. Then finally, you land safely. One person starts to clap, and like a spark catching fire, it spreads across the cabin. But it's not only social, it's physical. When we're stressed or anxious, our body produces adrenaline. Even if we look calm, our brain is alert the whole flight. Once the plane lands safely, that adrenaline drops. And when it does, our body seeks release, laughter, sighs, or in this case, clapping. So it's both cultural and biological. The Filipino warmth makes it easy to express emotions, and the human body naturally wants to release tension. The result is that spontaneous applause that fills the air right after landing. And for a few seconds, that sound does something magical. It doesn't matter who you are, OFW, tourist, business traveler, or student. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in economy or business class. In that small, enclosed space, everyone feels the same thing: relief, gratitude, and unity. That's what makes it special. It's not just noise. It's a moment of connection where everyone, strangers seconds ago, are suddenly part of the same story. Of course, not everyone understands it right away. Some foreigners find it adorable, a sweet, heartfelt tradition. They smile, clap along, and later tell friends, "Wow, the passengers started applauding when we landed in the Philippines." Others find it strange. You'll see posts online or memes saying things like, "Why do Filipinos clap when the plane lands?" Or, "The pilot's just doing his job." It's easy to poke fun at something you don't fully get. But here's what those people often miss. It's not about being overexcited. It's about emotion, safety, and gratitude. Think of it like when people cheer at the end of a good movie. The actors can't hear you, but you clap anyway. Or when a crowd erupts in applause after a great concert, even though it's over. It's not logical, it's emotional.
It's your body and heart reacting together. For Filipinos, landing safely, especially after a long or emotional journey, deserves celebration. It's our way of saying, thank you, we're safe, we're home. And maybe that's something the world could use more of. Because honestly, how often do we stop to appreciate small victories anymore? Most of us land, grab our phones, and rush to check notifications. But Filipinos, they take a second to feel grateful, to say thank you out loud. That's not strange, that's beautiful. Sometimes the habits that look small or silly carry the deepest meaning. If more people learn to express gratitude so freely, imagine how much warmer the world would feel. I'll never forget the flight when I finally understood it. I was coming home after months abroad. It wasn't my first flight, and I'd seen the clapping before, but this time felt different. The flight was long, and honestly, I was exhausted, jet-lagged, homesick, and just wanting to see my family again. As the plane started its descent into Manila, I looked out the window. The clouds broke apart, and there they were, the city lights, familiar, chaotic, alive. My chest tightened, and I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time. Relief. And then, clap, clap, clap. This time, I didn't just listen. I joined in. My hands came together almost on their own, and as I clapped, I felt it. That rush of joy, gratitude, and connection. For a few seconds, I wasn't just a passenger. I was part of something bigger. Hundreds of people, all sharing the same emotion. I realized it wasn't about the landing at all. It was about belonging. Before that, I used to think the clapping was silly. Now I know it's meaningful. It's human. It's a quiet celebration that says, we're safe, we're home, we made it. That simple clap said everything I couldn't put into words. And that's when I finally got it. Why Filipinos will always clap when the plane lands. What seems like a small gesture actually says so much about who we are. Filipinos have a natural warmth that shows up in the simplest ways. Offering food to a stranger, saying thank you, even for little things, helping neighbors without expecting anything in return. This is the same spirit that makes us clap when we land. It's a sign of appreciation, faith, and joy. It's how we express gratitude, not just for the flight, but for life itself. In a world that moves too fast, where people complain before they say thank you, Filipinos still pause, just for a few seconds, to appreciate something as simple as a safe landing. We don't clap because we're dramatic. We clap because we're thankful we made it. That's the difference. It's a small thing, but it reveals a lot about Filipino identity. That deep sense of bayanihan, community spirit, shows up even on airplanes. Even in tight seats with no legroom, strangers find unity in a single rhythm of applause. It reminds us that no matter where we come from or what class we sit in, we're part of the same journey home. And maybe that's why this tradition refuses to fade. It's comforting. It's familiar. It connects people who've never met. It's a symbol of homecoming, hope, and shared gratitude. So, next time you're on a plane heading to the Philippines and you hear that sudden burst of applause after landing, don't laugh, don't roll your eyes, just listen. That's the sound of people grateful to be home. That's the sound of love, relief, and faith echoing through the cabin. It's more than just clapping. It's a heartbeat, a reminder that even after miles of distance, home is always worth celebrating. At the end of the day, this simple tradition tells a powerful story. It's not just clapping, it's a shared thank you, a celebration of arrival, safety, and homecoming. For Filipinos, a plane landing isn't just a routine moment, it's emotional. It's the final step in a long journey, often filled with sacrifice, hope, and love. That's why the applause will never stop, because it means something real. I used to wonder why people did it. Now I know. It's not just for the pilot or the flight crew. It's for the moment itself. It's gratitude made visible. So, if you've ever joined in that clap, even once, now you know what you were really part of. You were part of a shared thank you, a small but powerful piece of Filipino spirit. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed learning something new today, give this video a like, share it with someone who's flown home to the Philippines, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this. Because sometimes it's the smallest moments, like a simple clap after landing, that tell the biggest stories about who we are.